If you've ever felt like you know all the right things, you've done the mindset work, you've reframed the thoughts, you've journaled, prayed, visualized, affirmed, and yet your body still feels tight and exhausted or stuck, this episode is for you. Because today I want to tell you something that might gently rock your world. Your mindset is not in charge. Your nervous system is. And if we don't start there, everything else becomes effort instead of ease. So take a breath with me. Let your shoulders drop just a little, and let's talk about what's actually running the show. But first, welcome to the Sacred Momentum podcast. I'm Aubrey Barr, and I've built this community to help women remember their power, recalibrate their nervous system, and rise into the feminine energy that transforms everything from their relationships, their business, their self-trust, their families. This podcast is a sanctuary for the woman who's done shrinking, overfunctioning, and earning her worth through exhaustion. Let's get started with today's episode. We live in a world that loves to say, just think positively. Just change your beliefs. Rewire your thoughts. And yes, I am guilty of saying all of these things, and I will explain. But listen, those things matter, okay? They are not the starting point. Because if your nervous system doesn't feel safe, your body will override your best intentions every single time. You can tell yourself you're calm, but if your body learned vigilance, it will stay alert. You can tell yourself you're worthy, but if your system learned survival through overdoing, it will keep pushing. This is why so many people feel like they're failing at mindset work, when in reality, their body is just doing its job. So protect first, analyze later. Your nervous system's job is not happiness. It's not fulfillment. It's not success. Okay? Its job is survival. And it learned how to do that long before you had words for what you were experiencing. So if you grew up needing to be responsible early, reading the room to stay safe, staying busy to avoid feeling anything, being strong because no one else could be, your nervous system adapted beautifully. Let's hear it for the nervous system doing its job, helping us all, right, to stay safe. But those adaptations don't magically disappear when you decide to grow or heal or expand in your life. They come with you. This is why people can want rest, but feel anxious when they stop. Why receiving feels uncomfortable even when it's deserved. Why slowing down can feel unsafe instead of nourishing. The body doesn't respond to logic. It responds to felt safety, so what it can feel. Here's the part no one tells you. When you try to use mindset work before you regulate your nervous system, you often end up gaslighting yourself. You think, why can't I just change this? Or I know better. Don't beat yourself up, guys. Or I should be past this. But your body isn't behind. It's protecting you based on old data or old programs. So instead of asking, what's wrong with me? A more powerful question is, what did my nervous system learn that it's still trying to keep me safe from? That's compassion, self-compassion. That's leadership. That's where real change begins. Let's be real clear about something. Nervous system regulation does not mean doing less forever. Okay, it doesn't mean losing ambition or becoming passive or lowering your standards. Regulation means your system can handle more without burning you out. But a lot of times we're trying to skip over to that part. right? We want to go straight into, oh yeah, now I can handle more because I've been doing all this inner work or I've been doing all this healing. And we skip the part where we allow our body to first get regulated. So what regulation does mean, okay, when your system can handle more, it means you can rest without guilt. You can receive without bracing. You can grow without self-abandoning. And you can lead without living in fight or flight. A regulated nervous system doesn't kill momentum. It creates sustainable momentum. Okay. So when the nervous system becomes the CEO, it changes everything in your life. Okay. The mindset work actually works. The intuition gets clearer. Decisions feel cleaner. Relationships stabilize and your energy stops leaking. And that is a beautiful flow to live in because you stop forcing clarity and you start assessing it. You stop pushing your way forward and start being pulled by something deeper and steadier. You trust more, right? This is why I care so deeply about this work because people don't need to be fixed. They need to feel safe enough to be themselves. Let's talk a little bit about what putting your nervous system in the CEO chair would look like in different categories in your life. Okay. So for business, before mindset only CEO, you wake up already behind. You check your phone immediately. You think, I need to post. I need to sell. I need to catch up. You force content. You push offers. You overthink numbers. You work, but it feels tight and frantic. When you have the nervous system in the CEO spot, you pause before the day grabs you. You notice your body first. Jaw, chest, breath. First thing in the morning, you regulate before you create. So instead of forcing a launch when your body is fried or saying yes to opportunities that feel off but look good, you choose fewer, cleaner actions. You create from clarity, not cortisol, and you trust that consistency is better than intensity. You don't post one day and instead of spiraling, you regulate. The next day, you record something aligned that performs better because it's embodied. That's CEO energy, not frantic, but it's focused and it's strategic. In your marriage, what could this look like? Before, something small would happen. The tone, the timing, it's a comment, your body tightens immediately. You snap or you shut down. Later you think, why did I react that way? And then you might even have guilt over it or shame, right? When the nervous system is in the CEO chair in your marriage, you notice the activation as it's happening. Your body wants to defend, but you choose to pause. You might say, I'm feeling activated. Can we pause this conversation? Or I need a minute before I respond. Instead of feeling rushed to prove your point, withdrawing emotionally, or escalating to feel heard. When you regulate first, then communicate. That's what it's like to have nervous system in the CEO spot. So real world example, you don't need to win the conversation in your marriage. You need to feel safe inside your body. And from that place, connection becomes possible. That's nervous system led intimacy. Okay, for mom life, this one is big. Before, life may look like your child is melting down, you're already overstimulated, your nervous system says, make this stop, like now. You raise your voice, you rush to a solution, or you just check out. You're not even emotionally available. Okay, nervous system CEO version, you regulate yourself first. First thing in the morning, it's not a perfect thing, but it's intentional, right? You slow your breath, you ground your feet, you soften your voice, and then you meet your child where they are. So instead of stop crying, you're fine, okay, it becomes I'm here, let's breathe together, let's work through this, right? Your calm becomes the medicine. And the beauty of this is that we're teaching our children how to regulate as well. And I always feel like regulation first for children is epic, something that they are going to take with them for the rest of their lives. Okay. So, yeah, you're not a perfect mom. I'm not a perfect mom. But when you choose to regulate first, that energy is what's going to lead the room. And that's what's going to make them feel safe and you feel safe. And obstacles become easier. If this episode is landing for you, if something in your body is excelling right now, that's not random. Okay, that's awareness waking up. You don't have to overhaul your life today. You don't have to do everything at once, but you can start listening to what your body has been trying to say. And if you stay with this podcast, we're going to keep building that language together, slowly, safely, in a way that actually sticks, because healing that lasts doesn't come from pressure. It comes from presence. Okay. Thank you for being here. If this episode supported you, come back next week. We're just getting started. And be sure to leave a review if you haven't already. It's a great way for iTunes to show our podcast to new people when they get positive reviews. So until then, remember, your body isn't in the way. It's showing you the way forward. All right, friend, we'll see you later.